Onasemaje? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fresh, you kwaje?
Niko salama. It's 10 minutes after. Ooh, I feel like I'm high in the sky. Tumeshuka kwenye binguni. Hello. The celestial beings have descended to the earth. I'm fine, thank you. Very good morning to you.
Are you wearing contacts today?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
See. I can see. I'm not a blind person. Somehow I can see. Yeah. How was your day yesterday? Did you get... I saw you and then... Boss, I saw you. And then... you disappeared.
Let me tell you. The drama that was there yesterday.
Yeah.
No. And today is part 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Experts. Saidie.
Experts walibomolewa jana bwana.
Hey, that was properly smart thing. That man is just for the books.
Yo, Hazin, let me tell you the golden rule. If you don't, you'd rather just...
Shut up. Guys, I keep telling people there is I don't know, how do I put it? There is power in just shutting up. No one can judge you. Whether you know or you don't, no one will know. Because I'm asking myself, okay, fine. You are an expert of matters to do with petroleum and energy, right? You are at Transcom, which is the HQ for roads and transport. What the hell are you doing addressing Matatu guys? Like, what's your problem? So you let the transport guy handle that. And then you address us on...
the prices.
On prices. Other markets you're exploring to get us affordable fuel. Whether G2G is working, whether you have come up with a policy from the ministry perspective to address the levies that are there to take to Parliament for amendment. I mean, like I said, Mimi, I am not a learned fella, but...
You learn it in some things. Look, I think that, unfortunately, I keep saying, when somebody is telling you who they are and they tell you how they feel about you, it's not necessarily using words.
Yeah.
Believe what it is that they are saying to you. So what did we see? That there was going to be a reduction on diesel by, what was it, 10 shillings?
10 shillings.
And then that they were going to essentially take paraffin by 10 shillings.
Yeah.
So...
You're not reducing nothing.
How did that help anybody? 232 shillings for diesel is still an issue, my friends. So I don't know that solved any particular issue, but just from where I sit, it just looked... And
then I think at some point FCP as well said that we are losing a lot of money. We lost billions yesterday because...
And they will lose again today.
It is okay.
Yeah, because honestly speaking, even today they will lose again, because what I'm talking about, if you can't come to a place... Look, this is not a discussion about, perhaps... And I saw the certain clips where FCPA was saying that you don't need to be emotional. And I said, you know what? When you are not able to go to a job that gives you money every day to then come home and feed your family, and that doesn't happen... You need to be emotional.
Let me tell you.
If your children cannot go to school,
emotional.
You need to be emotional.
When I meet goons on the road,
hey, Jermaine,
ransacking people and beating people up. People's cars were burnt yesterday. People's businesses were looted yesterday.
Then you can't tell me that we should not be emotional.
Be emotional. I beg, sit down.
Yeah, people started speaking French. Can you see?
Sit down. No. Well, it's good that people are telling them the truth. Like that gentleman who stood and told Bonacius, hey, with all due respect.
But you know, by the time somebody tells you with all due respect,
that respect is out of the window.
Respect walked 1,000 miles a while ago.
There was no comeback after that.
Nah. We can laugh about it and we can find some kind of humor in it, because usually that's the only escape.
Yep.
Because what's happening in terms of the deafening silence, the entire day quiet, and the things that we saw.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just listening. I just think about, KTN reporters that were across board yesterday, and I thought I saw Grace afterwards, and she was shook because what could have possibly happened to her?
True.
And other people. Vera was in Kitengela, and it was just crazy in terms of what was going on. And people are saying, you know what, if we're not going anywhere, then a lot of things are not going anywhere either. And what did the Secretary General of the Matatu Owners Association say? People should get ready to walk to work and work from home, because these guys need to look into this thing. Because what are we talking about here? You don't reduce the prices, people don't buy fuel. People don't buy fuel, or also you don't reduce the prices, the end user is going to bear the brunt of this. And the end user is not ready to bear the brunt of this right now. You know how they say go back to the drawing board?
Go back to the drawing board.
You will go back to the drawing board, my friends, because this... Another day, schools, children are not in school. So teachers and are already talking about online learning from tomorrow, if that is a thing that has to happen.
I really want the government of Kenya to tell us how it's implementing the constitution.
Which one?
Exactly. How are you implementing the constitution when children are not able to go to school? Because you've made it difficult for them.
Made it impossible.
How? Like, what happened to us swearing by the Constitution and the Bible or the Quran or your hand up? What happened to our beliefs?
Swearing you. Those are some of the things that we're going to be talking about this morning. Good morning, everybody. Just in case you didn't realize, this is the Situation Room. It is Tuesday, and it's day 2 of a nationwide shutdown in terms of transport. Nobody's going anywhere. Nothing is moving. And this is because of the heightened fuel prices. Pain at the pump, reduce, reject. Fuel increase is what we are being told, is what we are hearing. And it doesn't look like a pretty situation. So let's talk about some of these things today. Let's look into it. And our conversations today will rally around that majorly. But excuse me, let me give you insights into what our conversations will be. Dennis Tolaseto, Ndoko with you this morning as we get into the Situation Room. EVE is fine. I promise you she's fine. I've seen her twice. Joylene also is awake. This is a good thing at 17 past 6. You need to practice that more often, Joy B. All right, so our conversations today, we're going to start off at 7 o'clock with Clive Gisairo. Have you heard of him? He's got the fantastic message t-shirts. He happens to also be the Member of Parliament for Kitutu Masaba. We're going to be talking Linda Mwananchi push and agenda. All of this that you're experiencing today comes into that area code. So we'll be talking about that with him today. Linda Mwananchi, what is the push? Where are we? From a Member of Parliament's point of view, who's looking to move things in a different direction. Where are we? We'll hear from him today. And it's also going to give his insights into what's going on with fuel, or in this case, no fuel. 8 o'clock, we will talk with we'll talk with Kevin Mubadi. Kevin Mubadi is the chair of the Border Association, and Joseph Karaja is the chairman of the Kenya Independent Petroleum Distributors Association, KIPEDA. We're looking at the public sector paralysis. What is the way forward? And I think all of the things that happened yesterday will be contributory factors to this conversation this morning. So that's what it looks like at 8 o'clock. And at 9 o'clock, we're going to be talking about something a bit sensitive. But also, interestingly enough, this conversation was planned before this event of yesterday. And unfortunately, 4 people were killed. I will not go with the narrative that 4 people lost their lives. They did not lose their lives. They were killed yesterday. During these protests against the high fuel prices. The conversation that we'll be having tomorrow with Simon, at 9 o'clock with Simon Malenya, who's a technical lead advocacy and treaty bodies IMLU, and Fatuma Kuyeya, who's a technical lead medical rehabilitation. We'll be talking about deaths in places of detention and unexplained deaths. There have been quite a number of those that have happened. One of the big ones, of course, that we're still looking to answers for is Albert Ojwang. So we'll be looking at that today and asking questions around what to do. Right? And at 19 minutes past 6 o'clock, you have an idea of what we'll be talking about today. So click into the conversation, folks. Our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X, and our audience on KTN clicking in this morning. Karibu Sana, thank you for joining us as we get into conversations today. We're very glad that you can join us. We can see you coming into the room on our chat forum. So say hello to you in just a little bit. And then, at this point, Mr. Man.
Yes.
You took us to Gabon.
Gabon. It is considered the green lung. Why? Because approximately 85% of the country is covered by dense rainforest. So you talk about, so the years where climate change comes in. So carbon credits, cleaning up the air and reducing carbon emissions. So it is the lung of pretty much the continent. It's considered one of the countries that is helping with the carbon emissions. Wildlife haven, Gabon is renowned for its rich biodiversity, housing roughly 80% of Africa's gorilla population and serving as a critical sanctuary for forest elephants. Ukitaka kuona tembo, unajua tembo?
Ajua tembo.
Tembo. Unajua tembo would mean two things. So there is Tembo the elephant and there is Tembo the drunk.
Tembo is a drunkard.
A drink.
Oh, it's a drink called Tembo.
Pombe, like.
Oh, yeah. Right, like alcohol. Booze. Okay.
Yes. So ukisikia Tembo, you need to ask, what exactly do you mean?
Okay.
Yeah, because someone might just decide to mean something different.
Different than what it actually is. Okay, voilà.
So, a fool looks for dung where the cow never browsed. A fool looks for dung where the cow never browsed. How would you interpret it?
I don't know. Don't go looking for something where you're almost sure that it's not going to be there.
Exactly.
Don't look for love in all the wrong places. Okay. Sorry. I actually said that out loud. No, I guess so, because it's clear that, I mean, just think about animals and the way they are.
Yeah.
And I also think about what like wildlife people have told us before. Mm-hmm. Even taking the elephant into consideration, that you will know if an animal has passed here. Usually by the dung. That's what you would look for to know that, okay, there would be telltale signs that this animal has been here. Yeah. But if there is none, that's probably one of your first telltale signs that this thing did not pass here.
Exactly.
Or it is not in the area.
Yes.
So even in life, don't go looking for things where the telltale signs are not.
Yes. You see, you're trying to look for solutions where none exists, my friend. You will not solve anything.
No, you will not.
You're trying to sort out issues to do with fuel in a press conference. No. You can only change prices of fuel by taking an amendment to Parliament and reduce the levies. Then we will see the change.
I mean, hello?
Amen?
Amen.
Amen.
Gladys Boschele said yesterday that it is Parliament. It is not the president who has failed. It is Parliament. And I actually agree with her.
Yes.
So, munanfanya nini? Don't go looking for solutions in talk.
Yes.
Go and do the work. Get it done. That's where the solutions are. Gladys Boschele, I actually agree with you on that one. Go, you people should go and do your work.
Let me tell you, I was watching clips, I was revisiting clips from those two experts, John Buddy and...
I like the way you're insisting on calling them experts. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, experts. John Buddy and Opio and I. John Buddy, I wonder who advises the president. I wonder who advises this government. Who told you that by increasing fuel prices that would help? What is happening today?
Wewe nikwambie, acha nikuchezee kitu kabla tusalimia watu. Leo asubuhi hii Evelyn, sijui utaweka volume ndio tusikie vizuri.
Lest we forget,
you will know this
voice.
Lest we forget this voice that you're about to hear.
We
mafuta inapitia Kenya ikienda Uganda. Jameni, unaweza kutueleza vipi ati bei ya mafuta hapa Kenya mahali ni karibu na mahali mafuta inatoka iko bei juu kuliko Uganda, na Uganda inachukua mafuta kutoka hapa kwetu? That is the explanation that Kenyans want to know. The corruption cartel at the Ministry of Petroleum should explain to Kenyans why dealers have increased their profits from 9 shillings to 12 shillings. Why the ministry is protecting the whole market and operates now like a cartel that is hurting the ordinary people of Kenya, to the extent that fuel products in Kenya are more expensive than fuel products in Uganda, and yet the same fuel products come from the same destination, pass through Kenya before you go to Tanzania. Before you go to Tanzania or even you go to Uganda. The people at the Ministry of Petroleum have questions to answer, and the corruption cartel in the Ministry of Energy must be broken for the prices of fuel products.
Ama?
Sema cartel.
This was not too long ago, by the way.
It's not.
And the person who's saying this, in case you don't know, is the current president of the country.
Yeah.
So suddenly, the corruption cartels do not exist anymore at the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy. And those corruption cartels have been dismantled completely. And so now what we're looking at is a totally different situation. The things he describes are exactly what is going on today. But for some reason, now that, people have changed.
I have a question. With the new government, does fuel to Uganda still pass through Kenya?
Yeah.
Is it still cheaper in Uganda?
Does it come from another destination and pass through Kenya?
Through Kenya, right? Does it mean they spend more to transport fuel through Kenya to Uganda, but fuel is still cheaper in Uganda? Please tell me
a landlocked nation.
Yeah, please tell me the witchcraft they're doing.
Serious witchcraft. So.
Yeah.
This one past witchcraft and voodoo combined or more. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd play that for your listening pleasure this Tuesday morning. Yeah. As we then say a very good morning to you. Do with that information as you'd like.
Yes.
A very good morning to you. And Peter Kiarie says it is a beautiful... It is... Good morning from Mombasa is what he says. A lesson from our land, our hand. All fingers are not the same length, but where they bend, all stand equal. Life becomes easy when we bend and adapt to all situations. Okay. Kimiak says, not a very good morning today. The fuel struggle continues today because nothing good will come out of the Kenya conservation. Kimiak, every day you have something that will give rise to your statement. Brother, I don't know, man, but it just sounds like, you're on something. Oseno Mark, hey, these ads for YouTube, see, they're annoying me. Oseno Mark says, good morning, Spice.
Okay, what? Watching from Busia County.
Oh, the C is missing.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was a language that I didn't know about. I was going to say, what? Yeah. All right. Watching. Sorry. From
Just
Busia County.
It is. Watching
From Busia County. I wish to hear how this fuel story unfolds one day. Alichoma kabisa. Kabisa. Zach OK says, hello, Spice. Twin Cities here, Minneapolis and Minnesota, or rather Minneapolis and St. Paul. Okay. With all respect, the wind has blown the feathers and the hens behind is exposed. No. It doesn't make sense when you say it like that. Wind don't blow, foul nyash don't open.
Yes.
Now, when you say it like that, now we understand and we can say it because, Apondo Tuko. House of Ngoge says it's a beautiful Tuesday from the mother city, Cape Town. Good morning, Team Spice and fellow listeners. Let's choose wisdom and consideration. Let love lead. But Peter says, with all due respect, Cindy.
Yes.
Nashon Gugi. Good morning, Princess Nindu and Dennis. Per the New York Times, charges are to be dropped against Guatamadani after a lawyer for the billionaire made an unusual investment offer. Safe to say he's coming back. Na atapewa kazi.
Nanani.
It's most probable.
Yeah.
Tibbs Muge says, good morning, SpiceFM team. Good morning to you. Dr. Fico says, good morning, tuning from Mumias. The government's handling of this fuel saga tells you more about the leadership we have than the price challenges. You can't bulldoze people in this era. No, you cannot.
No.
B. Award says, good morning, tune in from London. A very good morning to you. Boba Coco says, good morning, SpiceFM crew. EVE, good morning. She's giving you 2 thumbs up. Yes. Even Lynn gives you 2 thumbs up on a Tuesday. Hey, it's a good one. Dennis, shikilia hapo. Sindio. Today's 3Ds, desire, dedication, and determination gets us going. You never take a chance. You never get ahead. That's very true. Good morning, says Eric Awar. Good to have you in the room this morning. Karibu Sana. And Nyakundi Emmanuel says, good morning, Spice family. Why would a government send it to me of all people to renegotiate a very delicate national matter? We're taking jokes too far. One would hope, I pray, cross fingers, knock on wood, that he was just following the proceedings and reporting on them. I pray to God that he was not in the room.
It was just updating social media.
Yeah. Everton Lucori says, good morning, Lucorito, says, good morning, Spice family. The chickens have come home to roost. Cindy, they have. Young Jedi says, good morning, Ndu Deno and the whole Team Spice Mukopoa. Kabisa. You've quoted Ellie Weasel and said, there may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but there never be a time when we fail to protest.
Yeah.
Bernard Yabari says, good morning, Ndu Anaseto. Is there any difference between CFPA Mbadi and Farouk Kibet? The C's should be dropped, being arrogant and sit to work. The more he talks, the more people get annoyed. And the other ODM expert, you don't even bother to name him, okay? Isaac Alay says, with all due respect, It's clear that the prices are not determined by market forces. Other forces such as fear of adulteration can make prices adjustable. I said to see, he would have just shut up.
Man, just
see what you've done.
No, but it's true.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm like, okay. So the fuel prices we have today is not because of with the war. It's because of adulteration.
The landed cost of fuel is 117 shillings. 117 shillings is the landed cost. Everything else is taxes and levies. I'm just saying, and it's not a lie. You can go and check if you want.
Yeah.
Just for you to know, the taxes and levies are all here in Kenya. Okay?
But let me tell you, if it's difficult, at times it's just good to say, Majama, I've tried Nimeshinda. Let me leave it for someone else to try it.
Okay.
It's a suggestion. FCPA.
Collins Juma says, good morning, Spice. I would like to encourage our women to do a tattoo of our ministers. Sana. Wewe. Young Jedi says, Sita simama maovu
yakitawala. That's what's supposed to be.
Okay, it's a song?
Yes.
Okay.
Giuliani.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Robert Ubaka, good morning. He's tuning from Mombasa this morning. Rogers Lai says, Sabalheri Team Spice kutoka Mombasani. Clearly one night was reading from a different script. From G to G arrangement, he was reading something. I don't know what that was. Vince is tuned in. Patuka is tuned in from Lusaka in Zambia. A very good morning to you. Mtuflani amesema good morning to the princess, Sir Sharap and the squad. Sasa umepewa jina. Leo ndu atatutesa na macho matamu.
Told you.
Good morning. Anyway, you say, don't worry, shikilia tu hapo mtu fulani. Anyway, my proverb today is miba ya kujidunga sharti ainame. Miba, I know, is thorn.
Yeah.
The rest is
so if you prick yourself with it, it's supposed to be mwiba kujidunga hauambiwi pole. So we can't tell you.
You hurt yourself. You can't tell yourself. We can't tell you sorry.
But here is mwiba kujidunga sharti ainame. So this one means if you pricked yourself, just bend.
Okay.
So we go.
Okay, moving on.
Those are two proverbs combined.
Sawa bas, no hala. Peter, with all due respect, I checked a clip. You said what?
Discussion with the Tumbi being one of the guys leading the discussion. Tulifika hapo aje. Head of creatives discussing energy issues.
Okay, well, there we go. Clive Ngoko, yes, we'll be injecting this morning. Carol Nyabura anatupenda sana and is tuned in this morning. Okay, let me try to get through all of you today. Peter, we see you. Gekota says, good morning, my good people. Princess Ndu, Dennis, EVE, and the Spices. Is Mbadi a chief campaigner or for UDA or cabinet secretary for the country? He's ignorant of his responsibility. It's possible. He feels that maybe he needs to step in and help. Simon Kibiru says, good morning, team. All thanks to the Almighty for another day. Lakini we nikubaya. Yeah, kweli, even though tunaona. Vintage Oak says, good morning. Hi, Ndu. Hi, Dennis. Set for the show. Going forwards. Looks like it's working from home. Looks like it for now. Christina says, good morning. The country is in a crisis. It is. Since schools resumed from students haven't been able to go back to school, my friend and I were able to help out a Form 3 student who had been at home. The anger that I have. I know. Yeah. It's not fun to think about in this manner at all. Wanda says, good morning, Donna Seto from Toronto. I'm sorry for everything you're going through. I saw some horrible scenes on the news. One positive thing this morning is that you both are looking very smart. Kwanza, have you seen Dennis? Akini atuongee sana.
Have you seen your eyes?
But now how will I see?
I'll sit them for you.
All right.
Yeah. Or you want me to look at them in my naked eyes as well?
Well, you know, these people. Okay. Wait. Very quick. Henry, good morning to you. We are tired. Reality is uncompromising and requires immense courage to confront. Kudos to the bold Matatu Mzee. Yeah, indeed. Christina, I can hear that you're angry. My sister, the way is to work through this anger and to ensure that you use that energy towards making sure that things get right. Yeah. And it's got to be, powers coming together. Real SC is asking if Matatus are still protesting. Can't the government just create a transport authority to run all metro buses and rail services like other major cities around the world? Isn't that a question, Real SC? David Mangera says, good morning, Spice FM. Tuned in this morning. Ngata Tings Nimbaya.
Ngata take the place.
Oh, okay. Joe Bachero is asking me how abacha is prepared. It's a long process, my friend, but just know that the primary ingredient is cassava. Mwangi Juma, we say you good morning. The ostrich head is still in the sand. It's not hearing our fuel price cry. Unfortunately. Max Opondo is tuned in this morning. David Mangere, we see you. John Morethi tuned in. My Prince also is here. Matthew Ialala says, in 6 months' time. Good morning to you. We see your comments there. Paris Mulani says, good morning, my lovely people. And Omash is tuned in from Utawala. Is the strike still on? Yes, guys. Well, from all we hear. Raskodor says, good morning. Tell Mr. Ruto to please come and have a chat with Kenyans on the issues affecting us. It's a bit busy in Baku at the moment. Samuel is also tuned in this morning. Ashton is here. Mwangi Juma says, good morning. Bernard seems to think that my features stand out without my glasses. Okay. Asante Sana. Izegi says, tuned in this morning from Mogadishu. Maximum of fuel is 195 in Mogadishu. Sindio? Okay. Samuel, we see you. Good morning. Herbert is tuned in this morning. And Daniel is, many Daniels in the room this morning. Kevin Mutai is also here. Good morning, Osana Emily. Good morning to you. Sarah Rabat says, Aki Dennis. To! Nyako no blush ma. Sijui yoni na aminisha nini.
Nyako no blush ma. That lady's blushing.
Yini wote munani set up. On the front page of The Standard, it's Kenya's bold newspaper. No deal. Strike continues. Total shutdown. The country was effectively on lockdown yesterday as Kenyans poured into the streets to protest soaring fuel prices as chaos unfolded at home. President William Ruto's social media pages were awash with images of him in Baku. Azerbaijan meeting dignitaries appearing detached from the unfolding crisis and the suffering of the very people who elected him, especially at such a moment of national strain. It was only in the evening that Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen held a press conference where he appeared like a deer caught in the headlights to blame opposition politicians for the unrest. The remarks, as has become routine, leaned heavily on scapegoating with tribal undertones while sidestepping the central reality. Wananchi were on the streets because life has become unbearable under skyrocketing fuel prices, with the ripple effect crippling the economy. There's a picture here. It's a beautiful picture, but it's a Monday afternoon picture of empty streets, usually very busy highway, absolutely heavy with no traffic.
Yeah.
Security, 4 people were killed, several others injured and property destroyed during the protests. Businesses in major economic hubs remained closed amid fears of vandalism and looting. Schools were shut. Others recorded low attendance due to security concerns and transport disruptions. Many Kenyans were forced to walk as concerns transport to work after matatu operators withdrew their services. The economy is estimated to lose about 3 billion shillings for every day of demonstrations. Or nobody going anywhere, essentially. The picture is not a good one, folks.
Nope.
It doesn't look good at all. And this is where somebody steps in and says, okay, let's see what we can do to fix the situation. So that's going to form a lot of our conversation this morning. And I know that, Dennis, you go off to KTN at 9 o'clock to then be able to continue with that commentary. So we will continue that conversation and we'll just be able to see what's going on where. Theatre of Hope, how Silent Tana River Ward came alive to save lives. This is on page 2. That's a story that you need to look at. Sometimes you find a diamond in the rough, and it seems like this ward is that diamond. Achesa wants negotiations on extortion case. I'm sorry, but there's an allegation against you.
Yeah.
You've charged with doing a certain thing. All of the paperwork and the trail leads to you, my friend, and then you've been charged and you get a case, and now you suddenly want to negotiate. You want to negotiate that maybe you didn't extort people? Okay, well, interesting. Former Sports Cabinet Secretary Rashid Achesa and businessman Joseph Hendricks Waswa have filed an application to block a prayer by the Director of Public Prosecutions to withdraw a 240 million shilling extortion case pitting the two against Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza. The DPP in his application before Kibera Magistrate Stella Tambo sought to withdraw the charges against Achesa and Waswa under Section 87 of the Criminal Procedure Code, meaning that they could be charged afresh. Okay. However, their lawyer, June Ashioya, in her application, wants the court to allow her clients to negotiate with the DPP and Baraza to have the case fully terminated under Section 204 of the CPC. So yeah, we're not even it's not whether we extorted these folks. It's not whether 240 million shillings went down the crapper. What we're saying is, can we have a conversation and maybe you toss it out the window? Really? Yeah, that's what it looks like now. A very, very sad story. Gospel singer Rachel Wandeto succumbs to burn injuries after brutal attack in Mweki. I don't care what side of the political divide somebody's on. I don't care that such brutality had been met on her and that her life now is gone is unjustifiable, unreasoned. It doesn't matter that you can even say that there was no intent to kill her. I don't care.
I don't care.
That should not have been done to her. It doesn't matter where you stand. That we cannot see such senseless behavior that results in death. Nothing that you can say or do will make this okay.
For those thugs, those goons, those murderers who did this, you're the weakest individuals to ever walk on the face of the earth, man.
Yeah.
You're the weakest of them all.
And then
that is utter nonsense.
Total nonsense. And you want to come and tell me because she has a hat? Do whatever.
So what?
Do whatever you want to do.
You suppose somebody else go get a tattoo?
You don't want it. Come on. Because that's what we're talking about. For those who don't know, she went to, she's a gospel singer and she has a tattoo. She had a tattoo of the president on her shoulder. And people who are against the president, first of all, look, I can't even voice the reason because it is so stupid. It's asinine in the deepest way something can be asinine. That this happened to her and that you took that action? No. There's a picture that's taken by Joseph Kipsang. Also interesting that he won an award over the weekend. And there's a picture that he's taken there of a youth protesting against the high fuel prices. They barricade the Nakuru-Nairobi highway at the free area, causing major traffic disruption. Well, not that there was much traffic yesterday, but okay. But I think it was interesting that picture, look at what it captures. And the headline there is, Ruto under fire over silence as transport crisis paralyzes the nation. That's a fantastic picture, Joe. But a picture tells 1,000 words, and that's what it is. This gentleman, is he trying to stomp out the fire? Did he light it? But somebody's under fire, that's for sure. Economy suffers billions in losses as businesses remain closed. It's another story that we're looking at in the Standard today. And then we also see that protests over fuel prices leave trail of death as talks collapse. Transport paralysis as fuel protests begin, and folks are saying the way. So we said, dear Mr. President, yesterday, it's not, oh, please, woye. No, the prices are too high. Whichever way you want to look at it, the prices are too high. There's a pictorial of all the different things that we're seeing yesterday. And on the right side of that is a picture of the president, William Ruto, holding talks and in this case shaking hands with his Azerbaijan counterpart Ilham Aliyev at the Baku Olympic Stadium. Okay. Yeah. So while that was happening, a businessman has been charged with 150 million shillings, Westlands land for, and somebody can just rock up and say, well, this is mine, I'm going to start building on it. And then you come back later and say, excuse me, it's mine. And they say, what? Yeah, well, I was, charged. The opinion pages with my friend Gitahi, unlike in the past, governments do not fear Kenyan artists. So opinion pages there, and we go into some of those opinions. Of course, Lista Nyaringo with his column there, and quite a number of them in the Reader's Corner as well. The Financial Standard today, being Tuesday, of course, looks at the subsidy gamble that risks reviving fuel adulteration, and we're looking at a lot of these other things as well. Get your copy of the Standard today, or get a copy of the e-paper. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's go to the Daily Nation as well. There, an image of Kenyans on the streets protesting against the high fuel prices. And the headline says, a total paralysis. A transporters strike over rising fuel prices grinds the country to a halt. So there we have images of a man peeping through the entrance of a closed shop in downtown Nairobi, as well as police arresting protesters outside the Kenya National Archives in Nairobi yesterday. And an ambulance drives past ramping protesters in Kitengela Singela town. I also witnessed that along Naivasha Road as well, as an ambulance was going to evacuate individuals who found themselves in that melee. Now, on page 2, total paralysis as Kenyans demand lower fuel prices. Human face of police emerges amid demos. So this one talks about amid running battles, clouds of fear, and protest over rising fuel prices in Machakos yesterday. A touching moment unfolded when police officers came to the aid of a physically challenged man caught up in the chaos. So that goes to say, police, that those police officers who are doing a great job, and to that we say, thank you for a good job well done. On page 4 and 5, now it's a pictorial of everything that happened across the country due to the Matatu strike, and Kenyans going on the streets as well in support of the same. On page 6, fuel protest paralyzed learning nationwide. And this is something for me that is troubling because already as we speak, schools either get closed early because competition has not gotten there, and here we also see the education calendar again being affected because of fuel prices. One asks the question, in boarding schools, learning continues as normal. Yes. Day schools have been affected. So when we set that exam, where is equality?
It's not.
It doesn't exist.
No.
One would hope that the government of Kenya would look into that and at least address the situation. Now, goons hijack protest, unleash violence on innocent Kenyans. That was tough to watch yesterday. As we're doing the commentary, I don't know if you saw that, that lady who was just ransacked by people while she was walking to work. And a gentleman as well who was
gentleman in Kisumu.
Yes, there's that as well that is there. And this is where we call upon our protesters. If you're going out there, it's supposed to be peaceful. Just maintain peace. Protest all you want, but be peaceful. Those who are going about their business, let them do it. You don't have to interfere with them. Now, a journalist encounter with gangs terrorizing motorists. So that is another story as well that was experienced yesterday. So we have gangs who've taken advantage of the strike to attack Kenyans. Now, President convenes crisis meeting over high fuel prices. Yeah, but remember the president is in Azerbaijan, so perhaps he sent a communique to his people to ensure that the ongoing fuel prices and the problems around it are sorted. As a government, we are seized of the matter and we will take measures to reduce suffering among Kenyans. That is Deputy President Kithure Kindiki. Kenyans spoke in April. Yep. And said fuel prices were high. In May, fuel prices again went up. What are you expecting? But Kenyans the last communication they gave you in April will not apply in May?
It doesn't change.
Doesn't change.
But you know what? I also realized that, if there's a lot of pent-up anger, just from what you're saying, there's a lot of pent-up anger, and you can see this in people. And what this does, if you don't deal with it, if you don't nip it in the bud, is that it then creates an opportunity for people to continue being angry and vent that anger about other things. So you think this is just a fuel problem, and it isn't. It's a fuel issue and people are angry about it. It's coming out. But if you don't deal with it, is that you allow it to fester. And then this wound just becomes more compacted. It gets more layers. And other things will come out. And then you find yourself saying, where did all of this start from? And that's the problem with not dealing with issues head on. Because then you open the door for everything else to fly in.
Yes.
Come on.
Now, as we talk about high fuel prices in the country, the president traveled to Azerbaijan.
Yes, he did.
But he traveled in a penthouse. Let me just tell you the story. Ruto splurges on jet as strike cripples transport. So before President William Ruto left the country for Azerbaijan on a chartered luxury private jet on Saturday, there were all indications that a nationwide strike called by transporters would cripple the country yesterday. He left without a word on the looming crisis a few hours after he landed in the capital. Baku on Sunday morning, officials of associations related to the petroleum product users called a press conference in Nairobi to announce that the strike was still on. Let me ask. The other Kenyans who've gone to Azerbaijan and they've used commercial jets, the president would have as well just chartered KQ and traveled to Azerbaijan. Business class or first class.
You could.
Right? Or just go with the Kenyan delegation, including journalists who are on the way, they're businessmen, and just go as a Kenyan delegation. But here we go. The president flew with the penthouse to Azerbaijan. Yes, you can look at the Daily Nation.
The Star.
Yes, the Star. Kwa sababu wananchi, penthouses in your dreams.
Well, my friend. 400 modern markets spring up to shore up small businesses. Ruto administration is working with counties to build facilities. Sawa.
Okay.
And out of those, we see 400 modern markets spring up to shore up small businesses. This is a good thing. I'll never say that something like this that will give people an opportunity to ply their trade is not good. It is good. It's very good. The implementation metrics, then to have them running. Totally different story. But this is good. Kalonzo in secret, Sifuna talks to land opposition ticket. Well, if we all know it, then it's not secret.
Yeah.
So I guess it's out there if that's the thing. Court overstepped in 73 million shilling land dispute, a judge rules. And so that comes out into the fore. Professor Berger's journey from coconut farms to Africa's agricultural powerhouse. I want to read this story because then it would mean that you can actually build something from the bottom up. 1 trillion shilling bailout mess exposes state firms' hidden debt crisis. I see it. I've got the joy of the Lord in my heart. I don't know, but it's a thing. What are the stories are we looking at in the Star today? Because, we want to keep things kosher. Yeah. We're looking at those markets, of course, that have been put up in different parts of the country. 400 markets, no mean feat. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
There's a debt crisis in the country. You may not know the details of it and how deep it is, but it doesn't look pretty, folks. So, and they keep telling you that everything is okay, that, the economy is doing good, blah, blah. Yeah, no, it's not. El Nino is here from next month. If you thought that the rain that you've been experiencing has been too much, there's this little boy. And he's decided, guys, how about we play with some water? Yeah. And he's going to be here, according to scientists. So that means that there's going to be higher quantities of rain, and we know what that leads to. Yeah. Okay?
In short, they're telling you it's going to be worse.
But
expect it to get worse.
There's a lot more coming. So that is to be dealt with.
So drainages need to be unclogged. Green Army, Sakaja, please send your boys.
I saw the governor of Nairobi.
Yes.
Leading by example, picking up one piece of garbage in the streets. Okay. And then somebody was pointing to another piece of garbage, and he walked over and picked that up. So Nairobi is now clean after that 2-piece garbage pickup.
Can I take him where I know there are heaps of garbage for him to start collecting that? I'm pretty sure give him the entire week, would not be able to finish it.
Hey, Jamini.
Yeah, so this PR exercise, man.
China,
Sisi.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that happens. Soapstone artisans reap big from multi-million shilling contract. Okay, that's a good. I think these guys do fantastic work. These soapstone artisans and what they do. Yep. I hope it can actually be sold for what it's worth and not some middleman in trying to then make a profit. That it would be great if these guys can actually sell directly and not through somebody. So those are the kind of things that we say setting up. And also, the digital sovereignty in the new AI era is what is being secured, apparently. Okay, we'll look into that. That's interesting. The front page of the Business Daily today. Eyes on Ruto over fuel taxes as businesses count losses. So eyes on him to say, hello, something needs to be done about it. Your experts don't seem to be experting.
No.
Unfortunately, at this point, it looks like it's a bit of a pickle where people are in, and maybe the experts that were donated that you received, unfortunately, doesn't look too good at the moment. Needs something to be done about it. Right. Yes. What Kenya can learn from America's battle with digital monopolies such as Meta, Apple, and Microsoft. There's something to be learned there. And this is opinions by Nyaga Dominic on the Business Daily today. Court freezes Vodacom's 244.5 billion shilling payment for Safaricom stake. So yesterday, of course, was a big thing. Tony Kashaka will be proud from where he's sitting because the court has upheld the ban on the sale of Safaricom shares, right? The court has said, no, we're not doing this right now because of whatever reasons. So that sale is not going to go on, that fancy word, the divestiture of government's take in Safaricom will not happen. That's that. The High Court has said, hapana kuza sai tafadhali. we shall revisit.
There's a story that we did yesterday, we read yesterday about we are surprised about what is happening at KPC because Uganda. Okay, so here there's a story. Uganda has secured further concessions in operations of the Kenya Pipeline Company, including approval of tariff increases and a dividend policy. You are shocked. Get more shocked.
What do you mean? No, they shouldn't be surprised. I said it yesterday and I will repeat it today, just in case you didn't hear. Why are you shocked? Why are you confused? Don't be confused.
Don't be confused.
Because one of the reasons why you said they were giving you money is so that you would let Uganda have a hand in the selection of a CEO. Don't come and tell us tomorrow that you're confused.
Yes.
I beg. You're not confused though. Just go and clean that thing from your mouth. You're not confused. You're not in a quagmire. You're not in a, what are those things called? You're not in any of those things, okay?
You're not okay. In any state of shock.
No. You're okay. Just roll with the punches, my friends. This is what you told us was going to happen. Be doing quick and give KPC a new CEO.
Yeah.
Sawa.
Hii ndio mwiba wa kujidunga. Kwambi pole.
No, you are not confused. You are not in a lockdown. Hizo vitu wanatuanga nini? Hizo. You are not. Sawa. You're okay. You're okay. And you'll sort it out. I want to look at that story on the back page of The Nation real quick because we've got just seconds. Stars to know opponents in the 2027 AFCON qualifiers today. This is when 48 teams will be pulled into 12 groups of 4 sides each when CAF conducts a draw in Cairo. So we're going to know what's going to happen come 2027. And remember that the Talanta Stadium will be put to good use come 2027 because the CAF, AFCON rather, will go on that. So you will know who the Stars will play, and you know who all other countries will play at that time. It's the upcoming 36th edition. It'll mark the first time in 51 years that East Africa hosts the Continental Showpiece. Okay, so those are the things that we're looking at this morning. This is the Situation Room. Good morning.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.